Welcome back, fellas. This video is going to be my last video for this year, and I just want to end it on a little bit of comedy. So I just compiled some of the best moments of Mgtow related content I made, and this is the compilation. Hope you enjoy. Let's watch.
So Richard, let's start with you. What does it mean to be a boy in 2024?
Well, I'm not a boy anymore, in case that's not obvious to the crowd, but I have raised 3 sons, all in their 20s now, which is one of the reasons I think I'm drawn to this work. And I think the very fact that that doesn't have an obvious answer anymore, that's a box with a big question mark in it now. And a lot of boys are struggling with that. And I would say that the best answer to that is probably not to tell, but to show. And what we should be showing is that mature masculinity, which is a phrase I much prefer to thinking about toxic and non-toxic, which maybe we'll get into, is actually just about being generative. I think I've tried to raise my boys. I think we should try to raise our sons that actually just being for yourself is the opposite of masculinity. That masculinity and being a boy is about relationships. It's about being generative. It's about giving more than you get.
See, that's crazy right there.
And so there's this online movement, some of you may have heard of, called the Men Going Their Own Way movement. It's like a male separatist movement, basically saying, oh, screw this, I'm off, everyone hates me. Men going their own way aren't men at all.
You serious?
In my view, is that men who are in communities, in families, who are kind of giving more than they get, that's what I think it means. That's what I think the aspiration should be. But I honestly think a lot of boys right now don't have a good answer, and so they go looking online for an answer, and find some pretty bad ones, honestly.
This guy said, men going their own way are not real men. And he believes men should be just givers and don't expect much back. Like, what kind of mindset is that? Like, just ignore good and evil and all that aspect of this topic, like if Mgtow is good or bad, let's ignore that. But what kind of mindset is that? Just be a provider and don't expect much in return.
You should never be at home. That's what I tell young people. Home is for 7 hours of sleep and that's it. The amount of time you spend at home is inversely correlated to your success professionally and romantically. You need to be out of the house.
That's why homeless people are so successful. You mean I should stay out of my cozy, beautiful home to be sitting in public space and using the toilets and eating out all the time? Make it make sense, man. All this nonsense people saying dumb shit on TV or some podcast, man, makes no sense.
Young guys are doing with their time and energy. Porn, social media, video games, the beast, the false prophet, and the antichrist. That's what they're doing. Single guys in your 20s, here's what we know. 68% of guys in their 20s today are not dating a woman, not intending to date a woman, have no actual interest in a relationship with a female, and are making no movement toward marriage whatsoever. The last few years, a lot of young men just moved home with their mother. They have no intention of ever moving out until they can find a girlfriend in her 20s or 30s with a good job and low expectations. And then their hope is to move into her house and have her pick up where mom left off. And what these are generational curses and bad patterns that are destroying young men. Destroying young men. And today, young men are an endangered species. And everything in our culture is to absolutely remove their masculinity and to ruin their legacy. We told young men, don't go to work, it's dangerous. Don't make a plan, the world's coming to an end. Move home with your mother, she'll take care of you. Sit on the couch, watch, eat DoorDash, scroll through social media until you have mental illness, and that's fine, we'll deposit money in your account. And so now you got a bunch of fearful, soft beta males who are passive with mental health, a whole generation. They've never seen a dad in the home. They've never seen a man get up and go to work. So they don't understand that that's what a man is, and that's what a man does.
Provoked for men who refuse to step into this. I feel grief for you. I want more for you, and I want more for your wives and more for your children. Everything works right when men are being men instead of boys who can shave. And oh, that we would grow into what God... Man, we're going to stumble. It's hard. God meant it to be hard. That's how much He loves you. He's going to make sure you couldn't do it on your own. You're going to need to sit in the driveway and pray. You're going to need to late at night go, Lord, help me. I will kill somebody. Lord, help me. Help me right now, Lord. Give me a verse. Not that one. Give me a nut, nothing Old Testament. Give me something happy. Give me something out of the Psalms. There we go. Thank you, Lord. Right?
Have 7 million men ages 25 to 54 not working or looking for work. 7 million. You can't build a civilization, a culture, a nation, an economy on men who are not activated and working and producing. What it means is you have far more consumers than producers. And then you have a whole generation of young men that are going to vote to increase the taxes on men who are working to reallocate wealth, which is stealing. And the result is at some point you run out of other people's money. That's why we now have record national debt. And now credit card debt in America has for the first time reached over $1 trillion. So men are not going to work or working. In addition, they are not generating income, but they're expecting the government to provide for them.
See how they try to manipulate things? They try to blame young men for making smart decisions to not work as much harder as the older generation of men did because they had to raise family and stuff. But what do they get in return? They get cheated on, get divorced, get their half of the stuff taken by, and which in return benefits the government. So that's why they want to say all these things, because it's affecting the government. Now men don't have to work as much harder because no one is aiming for the family, which actually costs a lot of money to raise. Now men can just do normal jobs or just to like enjoy their hobbies and life, which doesn't need much, and it's kind of enjoyable.
You can go back to, say, the Victorian era, and men used to treat women with an extreme amount of deference because the generations living then remembered a time when the world was a lot more difficult than people now remember it being. So the physical inequality between men and women was emphasized because the world was a much more difficult place. Men took a paternalistic and patriarchal view on how women should be treated, and women wanted men to take that. They wanted to be safe. They wanted to be provided for. They wanted to make sure their children were safe, and men did what they could. Now men have won. They, you know, the fact we've got aeroplanes flying overhead, and the fact that we're not about to be invaded is the victory of Western man. Then for some reason women decided, okay, well I'm not afraid anymore. I want what you have. You don't do the things that we do, so you can't have what we have. But men just want women to be happy. They want them to love them. They want their approval. And so if gaining women's approval means pretending women are equal to men, or, you know, saying this, that, and the other, whatever it is, they'll do it. And it's completely taken men off of the throne that they sat on. This throne was never imposed by authority, actually. It's imposed by consent. And the second women withdrew their consent for the man to be on that throne, the throne collapses, and the men are just standing around and going, okay, well, I guess I'll just play video games and drink beer all day and smoke weed, and if you don't need me, I won't do anything. Because that's really the whole raison d'etre of being a man, just to be needed by someone else, and it's always been women.
That was very well said, like you said it perfectly. Now sometimes this kind of video generates a comment, and of course that's not in this comment section, but I find it somewhere else, where they will argue back like it was back then, those men the real men. The current men would not go to war or do all that stuff like that guy mentioned. Well, because the current women aren't worth it. Why would he risk his life for the society that hates men? You guys don't understand that. You just think, you just compare with the older guys. Older guys had good women. They had family. They wanted to support and protect that family. The current men don't have that family, and they really don't have any desire to protect this country or society that hates them.
So I wear this watch here, but I can't tell time. What? So, okay, I can tell if I look, but you know how people be like, oh, it's 473, 473, 445. No, it's 445.
Wait, 513?
No!
It's
445. 445.
Yeah.
I don't know what I just looked at. I have no clue what this says. Okay, tell me if this is the right time. The little one has me at
Adrian.
Okay, serious question. How did people get around before the GPS? Like, did you guys actually pull a map and like draw lines to your destination? But then how does that work when you're driving by yourself, trying to hold up the map and drive like...
This is how to change a hubcap, part 1. Go! Go.
Did you see that jerk?
Man, what the hell was that? Like, what?
Yeah.
Where do I put it?
On the ground.
Who needs a man? Who needs a man? Not me, baby. Not me.
You see? Oh my. That's not oil. Now oil is coming, you see?
Who needs a man?
And for you high value men that think that it's high value to work for the city, let me tell you something. You're absolutely wrong, all right? No police officers, no firefighters, no construction workers, no mailmen, no post office. There's nothing high value about making $70,000 a year. You guys need to go get some real careers, okay? Become an entrepreneur or something, all right? Own a Lamborghini or something, like around here in a Toyota and thinking that you're a high value man.
Bitches be tripping.
If you want a good marriage / relationship, he has to love you more.
I believe that.
I believe that too, but I don't know if it's something that just like my mother instilled in me.
All of my relationships that have been really good, he's liked me more. In cis-het relationships, that's just how it should work.
I feel like for women, because we are just naturally more nurturing and we're loyal.
You serious?
When we commit, we commit. For a man, unless they're like all in,
Yeah.
there's always, you know,
a little bit, yeah.
one foot out the door kind of thing.
I hear that, yeah.
I shared it in a few episodes ago, and Gary was like a little hurt. And I said, well, babe, it's just that's the truth. You just love me a little bit more.
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
That's good.
Yeah, just a little
It's
bit.
just
Yeah, because
the
you
right
should
amount.
always feel like the prize, I think.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a red flag that you're single at 30?
No, not at all.
So why'd your last relationship end?
I cheated.
You cheated on him?
Yes.
And that's why you're single?
Yes.
Why do you cheat on him?
I was still in love with my ex.
Oh.
So he was a rebound.
Boy, oh boy.
100%.
Well, how long were you with the rebound?
Him for a while.
So you were messing around with the rebound while you were with your ex? So you cheated on both of them?
Yes. Crazy, right? But hey, we changed.
Yeah. Are you sorry for cheating?
100%. I've forgiven myself and them.
Look.
Did this 27-year-old man. I could tell maybe he has an apartment or some roommates. Maybe he lives with his parents, but he's at that phase of life. You can't afford a woman like me. So I agreed to what can he afford? He could afford to take me to lunch. So I say, listen, I'll meet you for lunch. My son needs new summer clothes, like summer shorts. How about this? I'll meet you for lunch. You can have me for like 2 hours and we can just on Amazon right there. You can order my son the stuff he wants because you need to practice providing for that child of that single mom that's at your level. So let me help you practice. And then I'm going to even coach you through how to have eyes for the woman that you're qualified to be with right now. And then I tell him she's at a club. She's a single mom. She probably has one little kid. And these are the things that you want to look for of being able to tell the good women versus the toxic just who are just careers and they're just working you for their money.
Man, she has just maxed out all the stats in the delusion level that I don't think I've seen any woman more delusional than this.
You're a woman that goes into the gym and you ask yourself, like, why does every man stare at me? Why don't I get approached by these men? Is something wrong with me? I'm gonna tell you the answer. I'm not being Delulu. This is just facts. I know it. And I've heard it from men saying why they don't approach me. The reason why you are not getting approached is because these men see you as a woman with high value. A lot of men just want to have fun. So they go and push themselves on women that they think don't have high value. This is the truth. Like, I'm trying to be kind, but that is the truth. You are not getting approached in a place where everyone's breaking their necks to stare at you. They know that if they approach you, you will hurt their ego. And they know that you are better than them. Men can sense if a woman is better than them, and that intimidates them. That just makes them scared, like, oh shit, like, no woman can be better than me. And personally, I take this as a compliment if I'm out in public getting a lot of stares.
I think I can speak for most guys right now. That's actually not the reason at all. The only reason guys don't really approach girls in the gym is because they're shy. That's it. Oh, she's high value and I don't want to hurt my ego. Type of weird cycle thing to say is that. And I think it's funny seeing someone confidently spew out nonsense on a subject they know nothing about and then to go ahead and label themselves high value. Go outside and touch some grass, please.
This girl was doing that to me, talking to other dudes in the bar, and I just went over to him, and I just, excuse me, sir, I go, can you give her a ride home? Because I'm leaving. And I left her. I left her in the city. I was living in Jersey.
Why would I want to be with a bum?
How come no man in this room has ever said that about a girl they date? Because you're all gold-digging we're romantic. We'll take a bum McDonald's worker. You couldn't do that. No woman's ever done that. You guys date up. We date down. That means every ex-boyfriend you've had was better than you. That's why you let him hit it. Could you marry a Burger King employee?
I won't do that.
Could any girl here do it? Has any girl in history ever done it? You're all dirty gold diggers. How come the men here don't mind if she's a bum? Because we're the romantic gender and you guys are of the devil.
I think they say like 5-10% of men get 90% of the women on the dating apps. Yeah. The reason that's such a problem is because we're guys. You bring a 4 in here right now with a big butt or big boobs, bruh, I'll bend her over that table right there. I don't care. Now she thinks that she's on my level. I just did it because it was a random Tuesday and I got nothing to do. And so now she thinks that she's up this hierarchy, and I hate to put numbers to it, but this is the way that people understand it. She thinks she's here when most of the time the guy that does that would never actually date her. But because there's so much access to so many men and so many women on such a large scale, it creates this kind of dissonance between where people should be. That becomes dangerous as well, because now you have girls that are probably not in the league of a guy like you. They think they're in that league because that guy slept with her. But the truth of the matter is he just got nothing to do on a Tuesday night. Sorry. And now she won't give the normal guy a shot because she's been with the big boss. She's been with the successful guy. And it's a bunch of bullshit.
My understanding is she demands 100% of your paycheck every week.
Yes.
Which is around $2,100.
Yes.
And gives you $25 a week back.
Yes.
Is that accurate, Ms. Tate?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Can you explain why it is you're comfortable keeping him on such a short leash?
Well, I am comfortable with keeping him on a short leash because of the things that he likes to do with his money. We don't have a community pot. The community pot is right here in my pocket. He go catch his check, he come home, and he brings it to me. What I feel like he needs, he gets it at that point in time. He has recreational habits that I don't concur, so therefore he gets what I give him to spend.
Woo! Woo!
And
and you've been doing this for 4 years?
Yes.
Do you care about how he feels at all?
I sure does. I do care about how he feels, but I also care how my household is ran and where the hard work and money goes.
That's the life of those guys, man. They're simping around, doing everything for the woman. But you know, she's just saving it to go out. If she finds the next guy who's better, she's leaving him and taking all that money. We know that.
Excuse me, where's the father?
He's a deadbeat bum with no job, no career, no nothing going on for himself, and a loser.
I'll be the man that steps up.
My Sierra prayer has been answered.
What's your cash app?
$boymom265.
I'm putting all your kids in private school. No more public school. They all going to private school.
And my baby daddy thought nobody would want me and my 4 kids.
What else they need?
A place to stay. We about to get evicted. We behind on rent.
That's 6 months of your rent already paid. I don't have to live there. It's fine.
To all the men on the street, this is a man. We need diapers. They've been pooping on themselves for a minute.
You good? You want chicken nugget?
No, he only eat at Noble, so we can go there. Can you put them on your will?
I'm putting on my will right now. All your kids.
Oh my God, I just struck dumbass gold. Wait, do you have kids?
No. I don't got no kids of my own.
Oh, thank God, because that would have been a deal breaker.
I'm ready to step up. That's what a man does.
You got that right.
I wish all men were feminists like you.
Right, here's that check for you, sir.
Second of all, how dare you assume that because I'm a man that I'm going to be paying for this whole dinner? Women are fully capable of paying for themselves.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want me to split the bill between you two then?
Actually, why don't we do this so we can really drive this point home for you because you're giving me very misogynistic vibes right now. Leave the entire bill and she will pay for the entire thing because she is a strong, independent woman who does not need a man to provide for her. As a feminist woman, wouldn't you agree with that?
Yeah. I guess.
In that case, here's the check, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, this is expensive.
Oh, you got it.
Are you gonna help me?
Absolutely not. As a feminist man, I don't want to imply that you can't defend yourself just because you're a woman.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah. Relationship. As a feminist woman, wouldn't you agree with that?
All right. This. I'm dating a conservative.
Would you rather marry a guy who is rich, buys you a ton of fancy shit like Birkins, brings you on dope trips, but cheats on you? Or marry a broke dude who can't buy you shit and he doesn't cheat?
The second one does not cheat.
No, he don't cheat. He loves you. Like literally he sends you flowers on the most random days with little teddy bears that are holding like a tiny balloon.
I'm gonna say the first guy. And here's why. Here's why.
This is why the red pill community exists.
She didn't even have to ask the second option when he mentioned that it's a rich guy who cheats. She already wanted him. That's the woman these days.
Are you letting him smash on the first date?
No, because I'm not that easy.
What do you mean you're not that easy?
I don't let them hit the first night.
What if it was an NBA player?
I mean,
You would let him.
lifetime thing.
I'm
Because I'm just
entitled because I don't want to have children and I like when men pay on first dates. That's entitlement.
What are you useful for?
I would say that women have intrinsic value. What
are you specifically
Well, I'm a
like?
woman,
Yeah.
so I have intrinsic value.
You serious?
Sad that you don't see that.
Why? How?
Because I'm a
'Cause
person and
you're
everyone
bleeding?
everyone has value. It depends on who's looking at you.
I played this guy by him and ghosting him. And then all my friends him and ghosted him. He really thought he had a chance with us. We're way out of his league. It's so funny.
Damn, y'all showed him. Teach me a lesson.
Johnny's mom has 4 children, north, south, and east. What's the name of the 4th child?
Johnny.
No, that's incorrect. It's west.
No, it's Johnny.
No, are you dumb? It's north, south, east. What's the next one?
Or west, if you were talking about a compass. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm right and you're wrong. It's west. You get an extra.
What I've come to realize with the majority of young women, especially attractive ones, you guys just aren't intelligent. And I think
That's
I'm sorry.
how you feel.
Right.
That one is just
That's
how you personally
feel. If you
All
would-
of us would probably be intelligent in our own way.
All right, name 3 countries. We'll start here.
Okay. Tokyo. Italy.
You're stupid.
Europe. Sorry. Europe.
Go ahead. 3 countries. You don't know any?
I don't know. Is Dubai in there? No. What?
Dubai is a city in United Arab Emirates.
I'll say I'm not good at this, so I might get this wrong. Europe.
I believe in you. You could do this.
South Asia.
You stupid.
No.
And they
You
wonder
know what, man? I'm gonna change my mind. I don't think women should vote at all.
Oh my God.
I used to say they should get 50% of the vote. Now I don't think they should be able to vote at all.
Okay, so me and my friend, a platonic homeboy, we went somewhere last night and we had to get out the car like 3 times. Okay. And he didn't open my door not a single time. So I let it go by a couple times and then I said, now that's your 3rd time not opening my door. And he was like, well, I feel like that's romantic. And I said, wait, this is a common courtesy. Okay. I know we just boys. Okay. I know we just boys, but I am still. Okay. Treat me like a lady. Disregard the mustache and the whiskers down here. Okay. I am very much still a feminine woman. Open my door. Open my door. Am I tripping? Bro, open my door, bro. What y'all think?
Man, they be really entitled to everything these days. Now she even wants a guy to open the door for her, even though she's not his woman. Let's see the comments. Your friends want him, so you get the friend zone package. Exactly. No need to open my door if it's just homies.
I say I never want children, and also I don't want to get married.
Oh, so you tell them up front, I don't want to have children.
That's right.
And I don't want to marry you.
That's right. That's
She doesn't want kids and she doesn't want to get married. She's 53 and she doesn't want kids. Ma'am, you cannot have them even if you want to. Stop the cap.
They'll say, oh, well, he didn't want to marry her, or, you know, he didn't want her. And it's like, no, you don't want that.
Why did we give the men the choice? Right?
Right.
Why do we have to wait for them to ask us to marry us?
Right.
You know, ask us to go on a date. It's up to us to do that and make that decision. It's our lives together, right? So why does it always have to be in their hands?
It's very lonely in Australia. Yeah, it's such a different thing. And don't get me started on the dating stuff.
Well, that leads us to the topic for today, which is also not a vibe, which is dating in Australia.
Dating in Australia
versus dating anywhere else.
Guys, I just came back from overseas and like, God, like it's such a different vibe.
It's actually scary.
It's
here.
Yeah, it's scary, yeah. It's really scary. I just know, and I know so many people that are moving overseas to find the love of their life because they're just not meeting people here that put their emotions on the line and actually like put themselves out there. I was speaking to my girlfriend and she was saying she went out on the weekend, she saw this guy that we both knew, didn't give her anything, didn't say one word. And then when she got home, he was messaging her how beautiful she looked, all this stuff. And she was like, where was that energy when I saw you?
It's so unattractive.
And it's just so like the Australian man, so scared to put himself out there, so scared to get rejected, so scared to do anything. Like, what would go wrong with you going up to a woman and telling her she's beautiful? Like,
Well, he could be called as a creep. He could be insulted if you don't like the way he looks. Or worst possible scenario, he could get some criminal charges. You women don't understand the actual risk. You just imagine that some good-looking guy will come, ask you out, and happily ever after. That doesn't how reality works. And men live in reality. And reality is that men can be just put in jail for silly reasons. Why would you want to take that risk?
it's the worst thing that's going to happen. She's going to be like, go away. Like, everybody likes to hear that they're beautiful. Rather than in Lebanon or even Europe, like, men do the most to get your attention and to keep your attention and to like
wow you, to impress you. It's like here there's like no desire to impress a woman. It's like take her out, kind of not make a plan, kind of not make effort, kind of put the ball in her court, or too afraid to go up to her, and then it's kind of all on her to steer it, and then you end up fucking her over anyway because you're either, I don't know, stingy, lack of effort. It's just like very low maintenance, very low
it's
effort,
low
very
risk, low reward. Like, what men are you winning here?
Yeah.
You know, like, how is this man going to protect you? How is this man going to be the person that raises your children, raises your boys, raises your girls? How is he going to be the king of in a daughter's eyes? I really wonder that. Like, for example, I went to the gym in Lebanon. I was working out and then I was waiting for my Uber at the front. This guy was trying to get my attention, was like, you catch an Uber, no way, I'm going to get my driver to drive you there. And like, he was just so gentleman the way he went about it. I was like, no, because I didn't know him. And then I was like, okay, like whatever. And then like, then when I got there, he got the driver to message him and he messaged the driver saying, ask her for a number so I can make sure that she gets to her friend's place. Okay. Like, he did it in a very smooth way. It was very thought out. And that's like every second person. They're doing the most to impress you because they know that like, men are hunting. It's a very classical, let's say, biological, gendered, back in the old days, where men try to impress you. And yeah, I don't know what it is here. Like,
see another double standards, expecting men to do all the traditional stuff. Meanwhile, you don't even qualify to be a traditional wife, let alone you doing something traditional for that guy. But that aside, did you just guys see that she mentioned the guys are going above and beyond to get the attention, are doing the most for getting these girls? But where is that guy? If he was doing all this, you should be responding to that kindness and maybe you would be in relationship with that guy because you make it sound like that's how men should be. But then again, you're here, alone, single, complaining about it. So what point did that prove? Even the guys simping around or being nice or kind doesn't get any shot. I wish the both of you good luck with cats and mine in your 40s. That's exactly what's going to happen to them. Just wondering, what did the Lebanese guy get after doing all that simping? Exactly. He got nothing, no relationship, no nothing. Why is dating in Australia so miserable? Maybe stop going for the same guy and keep your legs closed.
I came to a realization that most men are going to either be alone or end up with somebody that's been with everybody. And that's a shame because a lot of men don't have standards for themselves when it comes to women, even as they get older. So you're telling me you built your whole legacy, you put in so much work for yourself, you had got abs, you made yourself strong, you got a lot of money, all that to be with somebody that gave their body up to everybody and now has all that trauma from everybody else, and now you gotta deal with it, even though that your whole life you've been dealing with bullshit? Hell no. In my opinion, I'd rather be alone.
I think you have the most talented, well-resourced people in the world and companies trying to convince a young man that he can have a reasonable facsimile of life in his basement behind a screen. You don't need friends. Go on Reddit or Discord. You don't need to get a job. Go on Robinhood or Coinbase and trade crypto and stocks. You don't need to go through the rejection and the expense and the humiliation and working out and having a plan and humor and showering to get a romantic relationship. You have YouPorn. So we have an entire generation, especially of young men, who are out home sequestering from society and missing out on what it means. You know, there's a reason romantic comedies are 2 hours and not 15 minutes. True victory in life is hard. Going out, meeting someone, finding mentors, finding mates, that stuff is hard, but that's what real victory in real life is like. And because a lot of men feel rejected on dating apps, the number of jobs that are accessible to them has gone down. You have essentially a group of men who are saying, I want a low-risk entry into life, and they go down a rabbit hole. When they don't have social connections, and they don't get out, and they don't have the prospect of a romantic relationship, they're more prone to conspiracy theory, they're more prone to misogynistic content, they're less likely to believe in climate change, and some they become really bad citizens. We are producing too many of the most dangerous person in the world.
Oh, scary! Oh, shiver my timbers! Shut up, man!
And that is a young, broke, and lonely young man.
Wow. As Professor Galloway pointed out, 1 in 3 relationships used to begin at work. Now young people are not going into the office as often. And if you are a young man at work, are you more or less inclined to express some sort of romantic interest in a potential partner now than you were 40 years ago? The answer is clearly no. By the way, men and women have been told in many places that if you have feelings for someone at work, you have to go to HR first. That'll kill the moment. And I get why that's the policy. I get how we got here. Having said that, the unforeseen consequences of the Me Too movement, or of Me Too in general, and the problems that began the movement, that's a show we need to do at some point. And we have to have a really honest conversation about that. But that's not this show.
Yeah, we are very well aware what kind of conversation you're going to have about that topic. It's of course going to be about men. Only men have to control themselves. Men have to do this, men have to do that. Women have to do nothing. They're perfect. They can't do anything. False allegations? Nah, women can't do that. They're innocent. That's all the kind of bullshit they want to talk.
Many women say they are finding it very hard to find a man who makes as much as they do. And this is changing the age-old mentality that men are the breadwinners. And researchers say they are seeing a trend of women dating down, which means, a man who...
Dating down.
So women, we're more educated now. And so with that being said, we're going to hold off on the baby making. We're going to hold off until we get that great job, really career driven. And I don't think there's anything wrong with hoping that there's someone either on your level or higher than you.
So before, right, it was okay when the man made more money to be the one to buy everything, to do, treat you and all this other kind of stuff. And now that you make more money, you can't be that one because you're dating down. You wanted to make more money. Right. Are you going to find many men out there that makes as much as you do?
And my point is, so now you're going to, because we hear so much about women that are like, oh, there's nobody out there, there's no one out there, I can't find love, I'm getting too old. Now you're going to sacrifice the fact that you could find that love because the man's not making that much money?
See, when men used to date down, it was normal. It was gentlemen. But now a woman that make equal money above what a man is making, all of a sudden she is dating down and degrading such kind of practice. It's crazy how their brain works, man.
Hey, let's write something. What rhymes with even? As in, I don't get mad at you.
Shut it. بوكسينج. عيب. دور بالعمي بس. يلا دورك.
Of you?
Photo.
Sure. Oh, of me?
Photo.
Oh, for what?
Cause sometimes I
For what?
and that's where I find a glimpse.
Oh, no. Okay.
And I try.
I used to float, now I just fall down. I used to know, but I'm not sure now what I was made for. What was I made for?
I mean, I was transitioning. We were in a really bad part of the hood because when you are somebody like me who transitions like in their 20s, you're thrown into womanhood and you have to learn how to deal with all these crazy guys that are after you because you're like, you know, fresh meat, like you're born a dude or whatever, you know. I mean, I was transitioning.
Hey man, I gotta get going. Got dinner with the wife later.
Give her my love.
Yeah. Wait, what does give her my love mean?
It's just a saying, it's an expression, you know? Just like, hey, give her my love.
No, I've never heard give her my love. I've heard give her my regards.
It's like the same thing. Give her my regards, give her my love.
No, that was something different. You
just give her my fucking love.
Give her my love?
Hey, just give it to her.
What? Are you saying you want to f my wife?
Dude, I don't want to f your wife. You guys have been married for so long, I respect the boundaries of your marriage. I'm just saying, when you f your wife, do it on my behalf.
You're saying you want me to fuck my wife and say it's from you?
Yeah.
I don't like to be approached at the gym just because it is my safe place.
One thing I do at my office in London is we actually have a safe place for men in our office where women aren't permitted to talk in our meetings. And it's just a nice place for men that they can feel comfortable to discuss ideas and solve problems without women interrupting them. So we have a rule in meetings: our female employees aren't permitted to talk. And it's really spiked our productivity in the last quarter by about 53%.
Do you have a space like that for women? Where men aren't allowed to talk?
So we have the conference room. Women usually have the women's bathroom, and they could get their. That's your guys' talk.
So that's where women should gossip, just in the
girls'
bathroom.
Well, the cleaning supplies are there in our office, so the women can help out with the cleaning of the desks.
You know, a lot of things changed when my girl got pregnant, like my name, number, address.
Hey, Dad, listen to this. Did you know in some countries, men don't even know their wives until they get married?
It's like that in every country, son.
And if you could choose to be born in your own body, but with the mind of Stephen Hawking, or be born in the body of Stephen Hawking, but with your own mind, what would you choose?
Who are safer drivers, men or women? Well, according to a new survey, 55% of adults feel that women are most responsible for minor fender benders, while 78% blame men for most fatal crashes. Please note that the percentages in these pie graphs do not add up to 100% because the math was done by a woman. For those of you hissing at that joke, it should be noted that that joke was written by a woman. So now you don't know what the hell to do, do you? No, I'm just kidding. We don't hire women. Tell.
What kind of names were these kids calling you at the pool?
Meathead, Fatso, Wide Butt, Larry the Whale.
Porky, hog, fat ass, double wide, butterball, those sorts of things, right?
Yeah.
Warner Brothers is producing a new movie in which Superman is black. And a black Superman actually makes a lot of sense when you remember that Superman was abandoned by his parents as a baby. Well, I knew you'd like that one, so here's another one. Warner Brothers is producing a new movie in which Superman is black. In this version, black Superman's kryptonite is an honest day's work. And before I go, I just thought of another punchline for that black Superman story.
He's so happy, bro.
Superman will be referred to as the Man of Steel, spelled S-T-E-A-L.
Holy shit, Leslie. They're hauling all your coworkers off.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Dishwashers, dryers.
Cody, Vaughn, Marler, you are lucky we're in a confined vehicle space and I need you to drive the car. You're not driving, we're in a red light.
This is New York. Everybody late. Everybody.
Because you're nosy, that's why you are late.
Everybody late. It's New York.
Bitch, that's why you are late.
You want to be on time, go to Jamaica and walk to work.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate you, Jerry, on some good furniture, because it's holding that thing up with the grace of God.
First of all, the chair you sitting in bent. Like, I'm gonna need you to quit.
Her name was KK. Does it stand for Kit Kat?
You look like.
First of all.
Yo, shout for season, man.
For the mother, what street corner can I find you on?
A white older lady gets on the elevator with me, and all of a sudden, she clutches her purse. It made me feel some type of way, and then it made the whole situation uncomfortable because I'm pulling, she's pulling, I'm pulling, she's pulling, I'm pulling. Just let go of the purse.
My little brother, if he's ever going to get married. Okay, so do you ever want to get married?
No.
Why?
Because you're my sister. That's
not.
Dad,
What?
have I ever told you that I love your cooking?
No.
So why do you keep cooking for me?
I'm now going to say a phrase that is probably going to trigger a couple of you. Post-nut clarity. Nope, sit down. It is no secret that I jerk off 8 or 9 times a day. And I do this because it allows me to be in a constant state of clarity. Okay, someone asked me a business-related question.
How much of my portfolio should be in crypto?
Let me run to the bathroom and get back to you on that. 64%.
When do you think the next recession is going to be?
Uno momento, por favor. 2026 in America, next year in Europe.
Is all your money make it happen?
I said business questions only. If you're not in a constant state of post-nut clarity, you're in a constant state of pre-nut delusion.
And that's it. If you're still watching, I really appreciate that. I enjoyed all your comments. I read most of them. Sometimes if I get loud, I could miss them. But that will do, man. You guys were really supportive, got a lot of subscribers, likes, shares, and everything. I'm really thankful for that. Words cannot do justice to show my appreciation, but I'm really grateful. And let's see we make some more such kind of content next year. Until then, happy holidays, guys. Have a good one and Happy New Year.